Welcome everyone to another video of Vinyl Addict on this 4th of July 2023, and my vinyl pick for today is Prince and the Revolution's America. Now before I get into this, please don't forget to hit the like button, comment on this video, share this video, and if you still haven't, please subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you can receive updates. Okay, so with that out of the way, this 12-inch single of America is a 21-minute version of the song, and it is out of print. And I would say that this is probably a real patriotic song. People would argue that it isn't, and that's just coming from, the consensus that when Prince put this out, this was in '85, and things have changed, and maybe his views have changed as far as America, because let's break down this song. Okay, so America, the chorus of the song is taken from America the Beautiful. America, America, God shed his grace on thee. God and country is what he's saying about that in this song. And he's talking about the fears of communism in this song. And in 1985, of course, we were in the Cold War. And so there's a lot of things regarding, not in this song, but just in general about war and everything. And I think the debate is that people mistake the government as America, not the idea of America. Because yes, Prince was against war, just like anyone and any sane person would be, right? And of course, throughout his career, he talked about things like Cinnamon Girl, about the fake wars that he was bringing up in that song, the narrative that they wanted us to believe. However, he was also against the bankers, and which he talked about in Act of God, how the founding fathers would be pretty much pissed off to see what's going on right now. And he wasn't someone who voted because of his religion. He didn't vote for Barack Obama. And when he was asked about it on the Tavis Smiley show, he just said, I don't got no dog in that race, because he's apolitical in that sense. But he is pretty much of the world but not part of it, kind of thing, you know what I mean, as a religious person, but his pretty much his ideology or his outlook on life is living the American dream. Okay, so you can look at corporate greed and say, oh well, that's America, whereas he was, no, it's about freedom to sell albums like The Crystal Ball and be a capitalist, which he was, and sell albums and without a middleman, and reaping and prospering, because that's what this country is about, is being prosperous. And he was being prosperous. He was no longer the slave. He was always talking about emancipation. He was always talking about freedom in his songs. Whether it's sexuality or just spirituality, there's about freedom in his journey. So America is sort of that beacon of light. As no other country, there would be no Prince. In a communist country, in a socialist country, there would be no such thing. You can't have a Prince. You can't have a free thinker like Prince. And even though the system is set up where, with corporate America, if you want to look at that issue with the corporations and the record labels and all this and that, he still found a way. He still lived the American dream. People could say, well, I'm living the American dream, and Mariah Carey has a shitty deal, record deal, and but people could say, oh well, she's living the American dream, but maybe by her standards. But he was something much more than that. And I think once you realize like what he was talking about in this song about God and country. That's why this country was kind of founded for, because there's people that left the old country to come to this country because of religious reasons, to worship God and everything. So him putting America the Beautiful in this song, in the chorus, and during his guitar solo, he starts off with playing the guitar melody, the vocal melody of the verse, "Oh Beautiful Spacious Skies." He's playing that on the guitar, much like Jimi Hendrix playing Star Spangled Banner, at Woodstock. And him going on the Dick Cavett show, some left-leaning show, where Dick Cavett is trying to minimize it, saying, "Oh, okay, I see what you were doing," kind of making fun of it. He's all, "No, I wasn't. It was beautiful." Jimmy was saying, "No, it was beautiful," because Jimmy understood what it was to be a creative thinker and to be an individual and not be part of a collective. And that isn't a popular thing to do, is play the Star Spangled Banner. But Jimi Hendrix did it. And people who are on a mental plantation be like, "Well, you're a black person. Why are you singing that? Why are you playing the Star Spangled Banner?" Because he's an American. He just gets it. He couldn't be Jimi Hendrix in any other kind of country. And Prince couldn't be Prince in any other type of country. He couldn't sell the crystal ball, even though they have corporations on music trying to monopolize everything. He still found a way to do what he wanted to do. Of course, it may have costed him at the end, however, while he was here, he pretty much fought for artistic freedom, and on a larger scale than anyone else has, because there would be some people who'd be like, "Well, Prince is at his pinnacle and he's making all this money. Why bother?" Because he was a real artist. He wanted to own his master recordings. And this is the same guy, even on the Purple Rain tour, was playing Yankee Doodle on the that tour, right? And so there was a thing about Prince where, yes, he was not for the people who run it. He loves the country, but I don't think he loved the people running it. And at the same time, there could be the argument, well, okay, looking back in history, and people tend to get this twisted. Okay, so yes, on the Rainbow Children, he may talk about family name and about slavery, and there's been a lot of bad things that this country has undergone, but of course, moving forward, we've come a long way. And, you could throw in that whole thing about Thomas Jefferson, well, I own slaves too, and everything like that, but that is not America. Someone could say, someone could have great ideas like Thomas Jefferson, but still do some heinous stuff, but at least some of his ideas were great, and I think Prince was really understanding or overstanding of separating the message from the messenger, because some people have a great message and they're not they're flawed too. Martin Luther King, people say, well, he had like a lot of women on the side, so he was flawed, but he still had a great message on other things, and we have to separate the message from the messenger sometimes. And Prince, people would, even after his death, would try to pigeonhole him and say that he's part of some sort of movement, which he never really was. He was his own peace movement in a sense, and he wouldn't be, I don't think he would be part of all this woke crap. It's just odd that when Prince is gone, that, it's so hardcore now. Where would someone like Prince be? Where would the system want Prince to be, as someone who has a platform with all his audience? You think he wants to stand behind a lot of the stuff that they're throwing out these days? I don't think so. That's just my opinion. I don't think with his religion and his spirituality on God and America, he was probably the most, probably against all that's going on right now. That's just my opinion. Why don't you leave me yours? If not, though, you could hear this song, America, America the Beautiful, which is taken from. And leave me a comment below on what are your thoughts on this 4th of July 2023 Prince's America. And with that, I'll shut up and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.